It's the opening round of the NFL playoffs, and EA Sports continues its coverage of Super Wild Card Weekend. It's the Bears and the Rams, next on Madden NFL 22.
We are pleased, as always, to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Tonight we continue with Wild Card Weekend with what should be a great one between the Chicago Bears and the Los Angeles Rams. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
Winner go home is the mantra, and off we go. We're underway in this NFC wildcard game. This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he comes into this wild card round off of a really good regular season, better than 30 touchdown passes. And he said he feels like he can take some shots against the secondary. In fact, in our meeting, he said not only can he take shots, he expects to do it early.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. 2nd and 8. Here's Fields. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Terrell Lewis. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. 3rd and long. It's Fields. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Fields now to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. Touchdown, Bears! Cole Kmet, a 24-yard touchdown. And the Bears will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Now the try here for the extra point. And he's got it to make it 7-0 in favor of the Bears. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
That's what we do. Other way. Let's go.
And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Fields on first down. That ball caught by Campbell. Touchdown! Paris Campbell from 21 yards away. And the Bears are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart. But make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Stafford going to give this to Akers. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Kenny Jackson brought him down. That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
To throw is Stafford. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Throwing is Stafford. To the right side and complete to Atwell. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he will find Atwell. That's complete. And he's going to have the Rams first down. They needed 4. He doubled down. He wound up getting 8.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball.
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Throwing again is Stafford. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Stafford. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Khalil Mack drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So now the Rams send out the field goal team here. Spotted at the left hash, this from 45. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. He's showing off that arm, showing it off very well. They've got the lead. Don't forget, though, about the protection he's had. The protection's been good.
And I'll guarantee you he hasn't forgotten about it at all because that's keeping him clean in the pocket, allowing him to step into throws and make those deep passes come true. I mean, it's just been beautiful for him to do. But guess what? In the huddle, on the sidelines, guaranteed he's thanking those big guys up front for keeping him safe. I have a feeling he may even buy dinner.
Indeed, entertaining to relive some of those deep balls. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
He's brought down at the 37-yard.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
This is Harris on the draw. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. Fields. He lets it fly for Lockett. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. So the Rams coming back onto the field, their 2nd drive of the game. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Going to run the sweep here. This is Kupp. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Defensively, they have that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Eddie Goldman. What an effort from him on that play. Big tackle for a loss of 11. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. Well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hekker to punt it away. Back deep, the former All-Pro Tyler Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
It's a gain of 10. And
We got this.
First down.
Come on, man.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
He was brought down by Trey Flowers. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
On 2nd and 9. Fields. He lets it fly for Lockett. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in. Throwing on 3rd down. Fields. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he is going to have a Rams 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the 1st down.
On 1st down at Stafford. That's complete to the tight end, Hopkins. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Play action. Stafford. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. The Rams on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll check this down to Akers out of the backfield. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. He'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive linemen said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. On the give, this is Harris. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 2nd down at 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30.
On the draw, it's Harris. And this will be a Bears 1st down as he'll take this up to the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's a gain of 6.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the
From the 41, Fields. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Back to throw. Fields. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Get a look at this offense led by Cooper Kupp as they make their way back onto the field. They've got to find a way to get him more involved in this game plan. Down here in the second quarter, he doesn't even have a catch.
And don't think they're not hearing about it in the huddle and on the sidelines. And we often think of wide receivers at times being disruptive. It's just that they know their talents and they know the type of plays they can make, and they can make big ones. They want the ball to help their team.
Yeah, you got to think he's going to want the ball more. One target, no catches. No gain on the screen there, and second down. They'll give this to Akers running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for L.A. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right now, these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, it's Fields. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. On 2nd and 10, Fields. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. Not a great start to this drive. You had the sack, now the false start.
I mean, it doesn't take much to either read lips or just imagine what the head coach is saying right now. Get your head in the game, guys. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Looking for Campbell downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Akers. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stafford. That's caught. It's 2-2 Atwell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
The coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he
and the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Well, he's going to go for it all. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And it may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. From the 30 on 2nd down, Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, Fields. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. So that'll back him up 5. They don't want to repeat a 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away.
Let's go. Let's do it.
So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a day it's been so far. This the 3rd of our Saturday triple header. 3 more to come tomorrow as the NFL playoffs are officially underway. But first, let's take a look ahead to Sunday's action in the NFC. A 3-6 battle that ought to be a good one, as it'll be the San Francisco 49ers matching up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The Rams offense ready to begin quarter number 3. And Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now, because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Johnny Hekker now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
Good one. Let's go. Let's go.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Here's Fields. A full left side taken in by Kmet. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 42. To throw is Fields. Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, that's always a good place to throw just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Man open left side is Brown. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
On second down now, it's Harris, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? A shotgun snap, Fields. Hard throw, incomplete. Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. Blankenship's kick is good. And they will stretch the lead now to 17-3. So the lead extended, and I think at this point you say, hey, defense, take us to the end.
Well, if I got some good music to put to that, I could have a good country hit. I like the way you expressed yourself there. I think the offense has done enough so far. But like you say, if your defense is only giving up 3 points, makes it a lot easier to settle for field goals on this side of the ball.
The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Stafford's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 33 yards.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Stafford. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he goes out right around the 39. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Stafford now to throw. He'll dump this off to Akers. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And just like that, it's 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Khalil Mack, his 2nd sack of the night.
And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game. He said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
Here's Johnny Hekker now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with a coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And the Bears take over.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment. Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Off play action, Fields. That ball caught by Campbell. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. 96 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Harris. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
They hand this off to Harris. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, here's Fields. Got an open man. That's Campbell. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Chicago.
One quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's Bears football here. They also have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. That catch good for only a couple. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On 2nd down, it's Harris, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now here's another carry for Harris. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. Blankenship's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10.
The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down. Stafford gets this into the hands of the tight end Higbee. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2, Stafford. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence.
And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
Come on, fellas.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Stafford hooking up with Akers.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Again, it's Stafford. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To throw is Stafford.
They'll set up the screen here to Akers.
The 1st down screen pass, good for 5.
2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5. At the Bears.
From the gun, here's Stafford. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Bradley Chubb in there to bury him for a loss of 11. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. And this one is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on 4th down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
Fields.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
probably live with that with this late lead in the fourth quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And the Rams now coming out on the field. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan.
Stafford on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like a Rams player was able to get his hands on it, yes. So they will hold on to the football indeed.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Now it's Stafford.
Open man is Atwell, complete.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 13.
3rd and long. It's Stafford.
He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Stafford.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Fletcher Cox able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now Stafford and the Rams after the sack. Well, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
Now Stafford.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They snap it to Stafford.
Going for Jefferson downfield.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the so a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris.
And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st.
Come on now, let's go.
He was taken down by...
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Ram territory. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he will get enough for a first down, and that will lead us to the 2-minute warning.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
138 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. On first down, Harris. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
It's 2nd and inches.
They run with Harris. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.